This is William Tincup and Ryan Leary.
What's up?
Man, how you doing?
First show of the day. I'm fantastic.
I like that. We'll check you at the end of the day, but right now,
minutes.
that's great.
30 minutes.
So we're podcasting live from isolved, the booth at SHRM 25 in San Diego. We have two wonderful guests with us. I think we were kind of, I don't know if I about forced.
No, it was forced. It was definitely forced. I mean, we didn't hurt them.
No one was hurt in the filming of this podcast.
That's a good thing.
However, but anyhow.
Consider we got compliance over here.
Yeah. Good point. Can't say forced. Why don't we do some introductions? Angela, why don't you go first? Just introduce yourself.
My name is Angela Carranza. I am the controller for NEOpal. I work in Houston, Texas.
H-Town, DJ Screw.
Everybody is from Houston.
Houston's cool, man.
This is same.
And yourself.
Yes. Hi. Good morning. Vilma Brager, co-founder and COO of Insight HR Consulting.
Okay. Let's start with something easy. Your HR superpower. What is your HR superpower? And again, there's no right or wrong answers.
Sure. I'm happy to share. I mean, as HR people, we really don't share a lot about what we're good at.
Right.
Because we do quite a lot of different things. But I think, at least in the last 5 years or 4 years since we've been in business, has been really to have honest, conversations with business owners or executive leadership, where sometimes that can be a challenge, and very courageous approach for any HR to be able to have those tough conversations with those leaders that are running the companies, right? So I think having a comfort approach, how to address those tough decisions or the discussions with those folks.
I read a book about 15 years ago called Fierce Conversations. And it was from a training and development executive in Seattle. Mm-hmm. And her whole bit was, how do you have those types of conversations? How do you frame them?
Yes.
So that it's not a, bloodbath.
Absolutely. It's just being a doctor, right?
Right.
You have to deliver some really tough,
Oh, that's a good analogy.
Some very tough conversations to have, but how you start it up.
I like that.
I just started I ordered a book. It came in. I haven't started. Let me just say, I haven't started. I didn't even crack the spine yet.
This is like on Zoom when you see people's bookcases. You're like, I ain't believing any of that.
a guy that I follow on Instagram, and he wrote a book. It's all about conversations. So it's called The Next Conversation. I'm like, I'm going to order this. It's like I follow stuff, so I'm going to read it. It's all about having the difficult conversation and all of that, and how to frame conversations. But I got to crack the book open.
Yeah.
Please do.
Please read.
It's been there for a week. Angela, how about yourself?
I'd say my superpower is empathy. I guess because in my position, if people aren't getting what they need from other leaders, their direct leaders, then it's kind of like it filters up to me. Right. And I kind of, I understand what the employees are going through, and I feel like I am at a level where that I can help them out. So I feel like empathy is my
That's
superpower.
genius, and it's needed. Somebody's got to have empathy, right? Somebody's got to be there for them. Because again, if their manager, especially if their manager's not there for them in that way, and sometimes they're not comfortable having that conversation with their manager.
No. Exactly.
Like what's going on in life. We never know what's going on in people's lives. And it's like, can I go somewhere and actually talk to somebody about things I'm going through, and somebody to be able to look through that lens?
Yeah.
And often the trust isn't there to have that conversation
100%.
with the manager.
Yes.
100%.
But I think, being very empathetic, because, we teach a lot of our leadership to be sympathetic, but there is a huge difference between sympathetic
100%.
and being empathetic.
That's a good point.
You have a lot of resources of being an empathetic individual to be able to offer some change and be able to be influential, right, to help them through things. And I think a lot of the times that's missed, right? Yeah. There is a difference.
Do you have a quick
empower.
way to do the difference between sympathy and empathy? Do you have a quick way to do that?
I always tell leaders this: look, you're in a leadership position. You do have a power to make some changes within your department, your function, or your team members.
Right.
Use it. That's the best way to use it right there and then. Being empathetic, you have your ability, right, to make some changes within your area and use it.
So the way I explain it to leaders is sympathy is, I'm sorry. Empathy is, I understand and I'll help.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And that help is key, right?
100%.
Because
Gotta be
it
actionable.
can change, right?
But actually
I can
help.
change your schedule. Absolutely.
They're both-
we'll help you out.
They're both important.
Yeah.
Sympathy is important. Like we sometimes we skip that. We jump right to empathy. It's like it's okay to say, man, I'm sorry for what you're going through. That my bad. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So we're talking this week. We're talking about people heroes, and we're here at the outside booth. And people heroes is part of their community. They built a community, and they call it people heroes. So let's start with Angela. When I say the phrase "people heroes," what comes to mind? What do you think?
I guess I just think about somebody who can come in there and just kind of help out.
Right.
They can be at the ground level and really just get into the weeds with people and just, and help.
That's a great leader. Yeah. That's a great manager. That's just a great employee. It's just they dig in and elevate. That's cool. I like that.
Vilma, how about?
Hadn't heard that, by the way.
Yeah.
Vilma, how about you?
Kind of similar. I think somebody that can roll up the sleeve, doesn't matter what level within the organization you're in, whether I have the highest respect with business owners or CEOs that are rolling up their sleeves and are right next to their employees doing the work and showing up every day. I think that really is a people hero. And it doesn't really matter what your position is. If you're a leader of people, I think you get a lot of respect and trust when that happens. So when I see something like that, I'm very proud because I'm like, yes, it doesn't have to be HR. It's all of us from a leadership perspective, right?
Yeah.
Just roll them up. You roll up the sleeve. There's no shame in, honest work and honest approach and partnering with your team members to get things done.
I love it.
Yeah. One of the things that comes to mind when you say that, when a leader, a CEO rolls up their sleeve and gets out there, does it matter to the employees from what you've seen? Does it matter to the employees if they care, if they believe that the CEO really cares enough to do their job, or they're just doing it for show? It's more performative.
Boy, employees, I mean, we're human beings. We can call BS.
Right.
When we see it.
Right. I feel like a CEO,
100%.
like if Jeff Bezos was to go in the warehouse and start packing the stuff, I'm going to call BS on that. He's doing that for camera.
Here's my delineation. Okay, coming from a retail background, my delineation, if there's cameras and PR anywhere in the vicinity, automatic BS.
Yes.
If there's no cameras or PR
and they're just walking
they're doing the bit, like my dad when he was in corrugated like warehouser, so they made corrugated boxes, he would go down and work the floor, different jobs.
Right.
And there was no camera. Well, it was the 70s, but there was no camera.
Did they even have motion pictures when you
the dinosaurs were walking around and he had to cut. Anyhow, but like he would just go down on the floor.
Right.
And like every job he'd go and do a different point.
Right. Yeah.
And he didn't do it for like any other reason. He's like, hey man, I want these guys to know that A, I can do it. B, give them a break. Like that's what he'd do. Like he'd get on the forklift and he'd say, you go take 5-15 minutes, man. Go smoke.
And sometimes it's just fun to do. I remember I used to work for a company called Kenexa. And while I was there, I think I might have told you this, we were on a big blitz to hire Java developers. And it was tough. It was tough. We weren't able to hire them. And Rudy Carson, who's the founder of Kenexa.
Wonderful man.
Well, came out it's just like he's screaming, why F-bombs this, like, why can't we hire these people? And I'm like, oh my God, this guy is scared.
Yeah.
He was doing that because he actually sat down at the cubicle and was like, all right, tell me what you guys are doing. And he got on the phone and started selling the job we needed 400 developers for Kenexa. And he got on the phone and started to recruit with us, not to show us up.
To see how hard it was.
Well, it was $4 million a week in bookings.
Oh.
And that's what it was. And he's like, this is driving the company. I want to explain to you why.
Yeah.
But he literally, for the week, came and just recruited with us. I was like, that's amazing. And that stuck with me even through today.
Yeah.
It's stuck with me that he actually did that.
That's genius.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, last question. Angela, let's see. A moment in your career where transcendent moment, if you will, or where you knew you made a difference. What would that be?
So I, coming into this new job with NEOpal. I've been there 4 years now, but when I first came in, I decided to take a deep look at everyone's payroll, vacation accruals. Mm-hmm. And so I wanted to make sure that everybody was getting the correct vacation accrual. And I found one guy who was not getting the correct vacation accrual, and he never said anything. So
he's just suffering in silence.
Yeah, he just never said anything. And so, like, he should have been, moved up to the next level of vacation accruals.
Right.
And he, for years, I think it went unnoticed. And so the first thing I did was, like, correct his vacation accrual. I went and looked, all the way back to where it needed to be changed, added all those hours back to his vacation accrual. And he was just
cool.
So happy. And he was like, like he said, I feel seen. I feel like nobody ever like looked at that. Nobody would have cared. No. And he's like, you came in here and you cared about it, and you did something.
You got a friend for life right there. Yeah. Yeah. You got a friend. First of all, that's cool. I mean, I haven't heard that story of actually auditing that and making sure that it's accurate. So that's cool, just doing that act, but then finding an error and then changing it. That's life-changing for some folks. That's great.
Yeah.
And yourself?
I think kind of very similar to Angela. It's really being present, right, with whoever is coming in and talking to you, or there's a reason why they're in the HR office or a decision maker office. It takes a lot of courage for folks to do that, and being able to help somebody, right? And be able to give them not only your full attention and see how can you really help them out and help them through the whole process. Right. So one thing that really comes to mind and was impactful for me as an individual was about 7 years ago. I had an employee walk into my office, very great performer, but as soon as she walked in, I knew something was wrong. I can see it in her face. And she shared some major life changes in her life where she was so depressed, it was going to be very negatively affecting her, and she didn't know what to do. So that conversation took about an hour and a half to get really in depth about what do we need to help you, right? And just to have that ability to be open-minded, bring you in, building that trust, and provide guidance as to what can be done, and actually follow through with her to help her as much as we can with that. That to me was very impactful, because at that time, awareness for wellness and health and mental health hasn't been as powerful as it is today back in the days.
Pre-COVID, it hasn't.
And for somebody to come in to really share so much private information, knowing that, we as professionals need to be...
They were hurting.
Yeah, they were hurting, but not just that, understanding from our role, a leadership or HR, whoever you are that came, that person comes to you. Understanding the privacy part of it, but also being human and try to help them out. Here's what we have as a company, as an organization. In addition to, this is other resources that I'm aware of, and just really have a good connection with that individual. He made a big impact for me, because
and sometimes you have benefits, EAPs or otherwise that they don't even know about, or they. You've communicated, they should know. Yeah. However, they don't know how to use them.
And also at that time, pre-COVID, it was shameful in some situations.
Oh, it's taboo. Very taboo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Y'all, this has been wonderful. I know y'all got to get on and do content.
Got to go do learning
check out
things.
Stuff. Hey, at the Aflac booth, I think it's 893.
I want to get that picture.
They have the duck.
The real duck. He's alive.
So
he's quacking over there.
I'm sure they just got it here in San Diego. However, but you can take a photo with the duck.
Don't tell me. Let me get Easter Bunny's not real?
No, Easter Bunny's not real. Anyhow, thank y'all so much for doing this. Appreciate you, and we're out.